Hello everyone, this is Andy and I'm at the property. Okay, so today is our series on next video. All right, so you can actually subscribe to my Facebook channel or you can subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. So every Friday, every Monday, I'm going to bring to you different type of topics about real estate, and I hope that this can actually help you in your real estate purchase journey. Okay, so today we're going to talk about what? We're going to talk about, let me make change over here. We are going to talk about, ta-da! Okay, so basically it's talking about this HDB or executive condominium for first time buyer, which is a better option for you. So there will be a lot of questions about, I have the option to buy an executive condominium and I have the option of getting a HDB. So which is better as a first timer? Okay, so we're gonna look at a few things about the option of buying HDB and the option of buying executive condominium. All right, so basically, HDB is you could get a subsidized unit, all right, directly from HDB. Okay, and the other one which is EC, you can get directly from a developer. So which is they are selling the property at a low price, and of course, is executive condominium comes with facilities and also different type of amenities in the whole development. So basically, is in terms of environment is different, but of course we look at the factors such as appreciation. These are very important because you're going to put your money in, and this option itself is for first timer. Okay, so HDB, you can actually buy directly from HDB, or you can buy a resale unit and using the CPF grant, you can actually get it at a lower price. Okay, for CPF grant wise, right, depends on what are the options you're looking at. Okay, CPF grant can range on quite a lot, depending on your income as well. So HDB itself, if you want to buy, there's also different options. All right, you can buy a 2-room HDB, 3-room flat, right, 4-room flat, 5-room, and as well as EA, right, exactly apartment. Okay, so different type, and this is still a good option in terms of buying from HDB. Okay, and of course HDB itself, you can use your CPF as I mentioned, and in terms of the type of lifestyle is very different. Okay, so you're more communal environment, right? There's no security. Okay, so let's compare the EC. What is the environment and what is the things that you have? Basically, EC you can also buy directly from developer, right? And of course, the purchase procedure is different, but you can see that it's still directly from HDB in a sense because of how the requirement for minimum occupation period. Okay, and you definitely buy at a lower rate. And in this scenario, when you buy an EC, right, you can actually use your CPF grant as well. Okay, so CPF grant will also differ as well. Okay, on the time of this recording of this video, it's on the different grant in terms of income ceiling. So we're talking about income ceiling at this moment. Okay, so you can actually ask me if you want to find out more about EC. How do you actually purchase directly from a developer? Right, you can always PM me and I'll be able to help you on that. So important thing is EC itself will have facilities, and the environment is different. It's like a condominium where you have facilities, you have gym, you have playgrounds, for kids, barbecue pits, and there's security, and the environment is totally different. And of course, swimming pool. Okay, so it's more of a gated community where it's safer in a way, and there's people have to go through security guard in order to come in. A visitor also has to do the same thing, and the different type of options as well in terms of EC. All right, so you can actually buy a 2-room two-room EC, or even a 1-bedroom EC as well. Okay, and of course 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom, even the bigger units as well. All right, so the purchase option is still quite wide as well. But of course, if you look at it, it's in terms of how EC is, right? It's a step towards a condominium, right? It's a step before moving on to a private condominium. So many people would view it as, hey, this is a better environment for me to stay. It's probably better for my kids as well in terms of facilities, and they can enjoy it as well. Okay, so based on these two comparison, you can actually make the choice in terms of that. Okay, in terms of where I want to stay, right? Or specific, maybe is nearer to where my parents are. Okay, so there's still this type of grant that's still available. So sometimes if you look at it, is certain places, right? The reason why they choose to buy EC is because there's no new flats available, right, directly from HDB. And they look at the option is, it probably is better for me to buy an EC that's nearer to my parents' house. Okay, so these are some of the consideration that people will have when they look at this. Okay, and if you look at these two, HDB or EC is, all right, there's still a requirement for minimum occupation period of 5 years. Right, so you need to stay there for 5 years before you can do a few things, right? For HDB, before you can sell, right, or before you can rent out. So only you fulfill 5 years minimum occupation period, then you can actually rent out or sell the unit, right? Of course, there's case by case basis where they actually apply earlier to actually get the unit sold, right? So it depends on the individual as well, and of course, it's the HDB itself, right? After that, you can actually sell only to Singaporean and PR. That's the only thing. Okay, you can't sell to foreigners. And this minimum occupation period is standard throughout, all right, for HDB. Okay, so if you buy a resale or a direct HDB, okay, it's the minimum requirement is still 5 years. Okay, so for condominiums, exactly condominiums, what is the difference? All right, EC itself basically is 5 years, all right, minimum occupation fulfilled. You will be able to sell to Singaporean and PR. Right? From there onwards, from the 5th to the 10th year, you can only sell to Singaporean and PR. But when the EC reaches 10 years, all right, the 10th year, right, onwards, you can actually sell to foreigners. So the status becomes different, okay? So that means, in a sense, if you look at it, your pool of buyers will increase after the 10th year, right? So some people will love to buy EC because the price point as compared to a condominium, right, on a private condominium is lower. So that's why it becomes an option for even private, foreign purchasers. Okay, so this is specifically the difference in terms of minimum occupation period, the 5th and the 10th year for executive condominium. Of course, it's during this, after this period of 5 years, right, you can actually rent out the house as well. Okay, so this is something this comparison between HDB and EC. Okay, one thing about EC is, right, basically after the 5th year, if you're talking about financing, right, okay, along the way, you can actually do do refinancing as well. And of course, is usually people, why they choose EC is because they have the option of cashing out even by holding onto the property. What do I mean by that is, that means you can don't sell the property and you can cash out some cash by refinancing to the bank, right? Remortgaging, if you want to put it in a simpler term. Okay, but for HDB, you can't. HDB, the only way you can actually, if you have, for example, you have profit in your HDB, right? The only way is to actually sell the property. You cannot hold the property and remortgage. So there's this remortgage option is not available for for HDB. Okay, so that's a significant difference, because by understanding that, right, is when you have a profit that is there sitting there, HDB you can only sell, right? That's only one option. But exactly condominium, you can actually remortgage. So you can still hold on to a property that is fairly good as well in terms of location, in terms of your price, right? But you can still release some cash from there, right? And of course, use that for another purchase. Okay. So sometimes people want to buy 2 property, they want to increase their portfolio. That is a very good option for them, right? For people who want to do that. And of course, it's there's also things like, for example, in terms of HDB, you have to talk about the specific location. Okay, there is more competition in terms of people that are selling, because everyone will MOP at the same time, right, or close to each other, right? So basically, if you want to cash out your property during that period, there's actually a lot of sellers on the market. And if you have more competition, means that your price may not be able to go so high, right? That's a fact, because there's more choices. Okay, of course, unless your unit is so beautiful, it's on a very high floor and the view is unblocked, fantastic property to own. So there will be more buyers for your property. All right. On that matter, it's very unique on its own. But on a general basis, right, there's actually more competition because there's more sellers on the market when the MOP hits a particular series of blocks. So it could be like 10 blocks, 5 blocks, or even more, 10 or that. So the whole, for example, Punggol location or Sengkang location, right? So there's a minus point in terms of that, right? And of course, it's for EC itself. Everyone, same thing. MOP will be similar as well, okay? But the thing is, the competition is restricted in that condominium itself, right? So you see that there are people who are keen to sell, but not so many. So that means your competition is lesser. So by having lesser competition, you got more chance of getting a higher price or better price. And of course, it's when it's only 5-year NOP, right? A condominium will still look as good, as new as when it was just TOP, right? So this is something very important. And in terms of another important fact is now we're going to discuss is actually the appreciation of the different type of property, basically on HDB, and the other one will be on EC. So what is the appreciation level if you're making a comparison? Because that is how much money you put in, how much return you're gonna get, right? And of course, this EC will definitely be higher because the higher price point, right? But of course, it's if you make a comparison of how much money you put in and how much money you get back, probably EC is a better option for you. The reason is there's actually a lot of things that I just mentioned, okay? And historically, actually, if you look at what is happening in the Singapore market, right? EC actually appreciate a lot, in the years when they purchase, then after that, subsequently they sell in the 5th year, and subsequently on the 10th year, and they sell. The price point has gone up quite a fair bit in terms of appreciation level. But if you talk about HDB, there's always a ceiling in terms of that because you are always surrounding with new blocks of flats as well. So in terms of price point, it can't go as much as EC. So basically, these are some facts that's actually on, you can actually check it out. You can actually, find out on, URA in terms of the price point that, people buy and people sell, how much is it? Or you can even go into some portals where you actually give you some information as well. So this is very important fact. And if you look at it, right, my personal choice is actually as a buyer, first-time buyer, I think EC will probably give me a better return, right? And of course, you may be thinking of another way, which, right? Since I have the option of buying a HDB, why not I buy a HDB first? Right? It's also correct, because it's always as a subsidized rate. So it depends on how you look at it, and I would say that there's always a group of buyers or group of owners that prefer to buy HDB, and there's another group of buyers and owners that prefer to buy EC. Right? So very much on how you look at it. But if you need more, clarification on this, you can always let me know. Then I'll actually help you on this and actually help you to plan accordingly. Right? On the market now, there's actually a few EC projects that's being launched. Right? If you're interested to find out, you can let me know. Then I'll actually help you on this. All right. So I've come to the end of today's topic. All right, HDB or executive condominium, which one is better for first-time buyer? All right, so I've come to the end of it. So you have any questions, all right, or any comments, you can always PM me or leave it in the chat. And I can actually, in the comments below, then I'll actually get back to you. All right, so I would like you to give a like to this video, and or a thumbs up, for if you see it on YouTube. I appreciate it very much, and I hope my sharing can actually add value to your journey in terms of property purchase. All right, so see you then. Bye bye.